We're rolling. The deal of the day, you're only going to find it here on the Bike Lab Daily Update. Well, hey everyone, I have a special person with us here today for our Bike Lab Daily Update. It's Chad Hodges, leader of many things. It's kind of, there's a long list, right? But DNA Racing has run the Pro-Am year after year. But what we're talking about today is Wheeler Criterium. Chad, why don't you jump in real quick and just talk about what the Wheeler Criterium is.
Okay, this year, this will be our fourth year for Wheeler. We started it mainly just to kind of emphasize more of the Oklahoma City cycling community, as well as, for the people racing. For a long time, it seemed like we would go south early season, go down to Texas, and you would just get your teeth kicked in weekend after weekend. And so we brought Wheeler into the city, and it's been, in my opinion, amazing to see Oklahoma City cyclists become more competitive because of the Wheeler, or to the intensity that Wheeler offers, as well as watch it grow every year to me now one of my favorite things isn't necessarily to race the event, but wait till 6 o'clock or so and go back by the Ferris wheel and just look at the parking lot. Because now we're filling the parking lot, we're parking in the grass. Like, it's definitely become the community event that I had hoped that it would be, and it's exciting to see it continue to grow.
That, it's that community part of it, and that festival kind of vibe. Like any cycling event I've ever been to, whether it's, and you see it very naturally in mountain biking.
Right.
You see it more naturally in cyclocross. It's not as easy to get to that, hey, let's actually talk when we're not on our bikes kind of situation with road cyclists,
right?
Because we usually ride into the ride and then we peel off before we're done, right? So just sitting down and seeing families and people coming out together, that community vibe that you have helped establish at Wheeler is fantastic. I think that's one of the main draws for a lot of people that come by, not just the improvement. To step back real quick, if there's someone who's watching right now that doesn't even know what we're talking about, it's the Wheeler District in downtown Oklahoma City,
right.
It's the old airport. The old airport. It's a weekly practice series on Tuesdays. There's usually 3 races, correct?
There'll be 3 races with the first race kind of alternates each week. But 3 races every week. Some weeks now we'll do 4 because we'll have a Cat 5 race and potentially a women's race. Okay.
And then it's minimal pay. Basically just covering your costs, right? It's just minimal pay, so that there's insurance for USA Cycling and all that stuff. And it counts as a practice race series with USA Cycling, right? Or is it count as a full-on USAC race?
No, it'll count as a full-on USAC race. We submit the results every week. We wouldn't encourage you to once you start moving up, but you can use those points for upgrades. So like from a 5 to a 4, sure.
Yeah.
Maybe even a little beyond, like, it's going to be one of the harder races you do of the...
Physically, it's very hard.
So, and as we get the numbers to go up, there definitely, I guess, probably won't be anything wrong with using it for upgrades across the board. But
right. Well, it's when do you start Wheeler and when do you end Wheeler each year?
So we start March 20th.
Okay, so that's coming up in about a month now.
Yeah, just a little over a month, and then we'll end August 28th.
Okay, so mainly the primary... daylight saving season, right? There's some road races happening down in Texas right now, like there always is, January, February races, but it'd still be too dark to do anything in the evening. So it runs all through that. And you're doing something unique this year, partnering with local bike shops. We're jumping in as well, where you're having different bike shops actually kind of sponsor a month of Wheeler and add their own creativity to it, which I think is a fantastic idea. I know the shops have already jumped on board. What was the passion or the motivation behind organizing shops to help partner in that way?
Well, we've always asked for shop support, but in the past it's been more everybody provides X amount of swag to use as podium prizes, and that kind of gets put into a box, and then each week we take something out and that's your awards. But it really didn't, I don't think, allow the shops to take ownership of the event so much. It was more like, of course, here's some gloves brought, presented by Bike Lab. But I just wanted to give the shops more of an opportunity to take hold of the event, do something cool their month, and also, be able to tag it, for August.
Yeah.
Wheeler Crit presented by Bike Lab. Something, hopefully get more people involved and psyched about it.
Well, we're like, we signed up for August, and part of it was because it's near cyclocross season, and so we're actually just creatively thinking about Wheeler and it next to cross. Obviously, we want to jump down there and add our own flavor to it, or we might even throw some cyclocross clinics in there for people who have been criterium racing all year and heard about cross and haven't had a chance to see how awkward it is to hop off your bike and then hop back on it.
Sure.
Give them some opportunity for that. So I think it's a very unique idea that'll bring a new kind of flavor to see the different cultures of the different bike shops involved down at Wheeler. I'm trying to think of what else to talk about. Oh, big question. I get asked this question all the time. So, I mean, people are asking, they're driving by the airport right now.
Sure.
And they see a lot of construction. And I know that the family that owns that area really has some exciting plans for that to be more than just a place where a practice race and a Ferris wheel lives. Right. So with all the construction going on and the race, the first question is, what's the race course going to be? Is it going to be the same?
Yes, for this year it will be the same. There is some construction on the south, or what would be the south side of our current course. They're going to have all that wrapped up and any of the holes filled and all that by the time the season starts. But yeah, for this year, it will be the same. Next year, at least as of now, we're pretty psyched because next year things will totally be different for Wheeler.
And as far as you know, and what's been publicly communicated, because I'm sure you're in all kinds of conversations with that family, what are their plans for that district?
So to be the first phase one, has some single-family housing in it and some retail, which next year when we kick off, we'll get to start seeing some of that. But I think the long-term goal is to make it one of the most bike-friendly districts in the United States.
So to have the Wheeler race integrated with that whole environment is going to be pretty exciting over the next 3 to 5 years.
I think it'll be amazing. A couple weeks ago, I had a meeting with the Wheeler district, and I was super excited. One, because of the talk about the race, but then also for phase one, they've got, I believe they said, 52 residents that were up for sale there. And they've sold 32 of those.
Oh, wow, already.
But the cool part is that each one of these people, when they move in, they get a welcome home package. And in that package will be a Wheeler Crit cowbell to encourage these people to go out on their patio or their porch or their balcony and just cheer the races on every Tuesday night. Well,
that's an exciting thing to have happening in Oklahoma City, which 10 or 12 years ago we were still at an old fire station area riding up and down a god ugly hill with no one out there watching but us. Right. So it's exciting to have the practice race transition to something that's much more than just a bunch of us out there, but it's creating a community feel about what's going on there. Chad, if people are interested in Wheeler and want to find out more, where can they go?
Go to the Wheeler Crit Facebook page.
Okay.
All the most relevant information will be pushed out from there. We'll have the flyer's actually posted on USA Cycling. It's probably getting ready to be amended, but it's there for you to check out times and stuff like that. We're also on Twitter and Instagram, but Facebook is where you'll probably see the most up-to-date stuff. And for sure, follow Facebook during the season, because anything that comes up weather-related will get pumped out there first. Weather's always my least favorite.
You can actually do weekly repeating events on Facebook now.
Nice.
Right? So everyone who's done an event before on Facebook, you had to go in there and kind of like change the day and time before the day ended.
Right.
But I just checked on our Facebook page. You can actually do an event and it repeats.
Well, perfect. Well, then we're going to do that.
So make sure you sign up for that event if you want details. And on Facebook, too, just because you like a page doesn't mean you get the updates. I think you can have it actually notify you when there's updates that happen. So if you want to know the weather updates and all that, it sounds like, I think it's facebook.com/WheelerCrit.
Yes.
And we'll put that right there on the video. Chad, thanks so much for coming by today.
Thank you.
And everybody, make sure you check out Wheeler this year. It's going to be fantastic.